Welcome everyone to a new video. So in this video we are going to look at the organic chemistry questions that were asked in GATE 2021 and we are going to look at the solutions. See, most of the questions that were asked in this year's exam and over the last few years, I have already made tons of videos on that. So I think if you can go through most of my videos on organic chemistry, then I can assure you can solve at least 80% of those problems. And the problem here we are going to discuss, which is question number 39, it is based on Evans auxiliary. This is called the Evans auxiliary, which is the Evans azolidinone. So I have already made a video on that and this problem has exactly come from there. So the exact concept I have described in that particular video. So I am going to again explain here. So here what we have is a ketone and this is the auxiliary which we got. So why do we need an auxiliary? So if we want to carry out an alpha alkylation in an enantioselective manner, basically if we want to carry out an alpha alkylation in an asymmetric manner, then of course we need some sort of a handle in order to direct the stereochemistry at this particular center. So this is exactly what they have discussed in this problem. Now, why this is called auxiliary? There are 2 or 3 terms that you should be aware of. Auxiliary is something that you introduce in a molecule and get rid of it later on. And there is one more thing which is called chiral pool approach. Chiral pool approaches means you start from a chiral molecule, let us suppose an amino acid, and carry that stereochemistry throughout the molecule. You understand? You do not get rid of it. So these are the 2 terms that you must be aware of. So here what is happening, here what we are first of all treating with the LD 1.1 equivalent, and then with benzyl bromide 1.1 equivalent, and then finally lithium aluminum hydride. So this clearly tells us that they are getting rid of this auxiliary and in a reductive manner. So let's look at what is happening. So what we are going to do, first of all, if we treat this with LDA, we know that this is a alpha proton. So the LDA is going to abstract this. So this is LDA. It is going to abstract this alpha proton. So what happens is basically what you form is this type of an intermediate. In this case, okay. So this is the kind of intermediate that you form, and here what you have is an chiral auxiliary. Now, when you introduce the electrophile into the system, now here the electrophile is your benzyl bromide, right? So we can clearly see that this auxiliary, this is coming out of the plane. Okay, so it means that once this O negative, this comes back, and once this attack is going to take place, this attack can only take place from behind the plane. मतलब ये आपका जो attack होगा, this is only going to be preferred from behind the plane. Why? Because the top face has been occupied by this particular isopropyl group. So what you are going to get is basically alkylation at this position. This is going to be from behind the plane, benzyl bromide, and this is the product that you are going to get as a result of 2 steps. ठीक है, ये आपके 2 step transformation का, this is what you get. Now in the final step what you are doing is basically you are getting rid of this auxiliary. इस auxiliary का काम हो गया. इस auxiliary का काम क्या था? To introduce this benzyl group in an enantioselective manner. अब इसका काम हो चुका है. Now what they are doing is basically getting rid of it, और उसके बाद आपका जो कार्बन है इसको भी further reduce कर रहे हैं. So what you are getting is basically as a result of lithium aluminum hydride. In that particular video I have explained various methods. ठीक है, इसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है. जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन दिस वीडियो, उसके रिलेटेड मैंने सारी वीडियोस बनाई हैं. इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर ऑल दोस वीडियोस आर अवेलेबल. सो यू कैन सी दैट ऑल दीज कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैव बीन डिस्कस्ड इन डिटेल. जब आप इसका रिडक्शन करते हैं, सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू गेट इज दिस अल्कोहल. ओके, सो दिस वाज द करेक्ट आंसर इन दिस particular case. और इसके अलावा, as I said that in the other video I have also discussed various other methods to get rid of this auxiliary, so that you can have ester here, you can have the amide groups here, you can have carboxylic acid. So I have described various methods to get rid of the auxiliary to have the various functionality at this position. Okay, so this was the correct answer in this particular case. Now let's look at the other problem. Treated with sodium methoxide, which is going to be the major product of this particular reaction. Now, this problem, simple problem है बहुत ज़्यादा, but sometimes the mistake students do is actually when we are given structures, students don't have the practice for the RNS configuration. So अगर मैं इसका स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ करूं इस वाले नेम का, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द स्ट्रक्चर 2R means at position 2R. So at 2 position we have bromo, okay, and 3 position we have methyl, and they are R stereochemistry. How we can assign? This is 1, 2. I should remove this 1. This is 2, and this is 3, and hydrogen is going behind the plane. Okay, so this is 4. So this is R. Okay, and then when it comes to this particular chiral center, this is going to have first priority, and this is going to have second priority, and this is going to have third priority. And what are we going to have? And hydrogen is behind, so this is also R. Okay, so this is the correct structure of this material molecule. Now, based on sodium methoxide, we can clearly understand what they are talking about. They are talking about the elimination reaction here. Elimination reaction. So, whatever options that are given to us, उन options के अंदर अगर if we see some elimination products, those are going to be the correct option. Second, we know that for elimination to take place, here आपका sodium methoxide base है, and what you have is a bromo. So what we know that both the eliminating group, that is hydrogen and bromine, they must be anti-periplanar to each other. These are the two requirements for the elimination reactions. So this is exactly what we have to do. Simple operation करेंगे जिसके अंदर what we are going to bring this bromo and यहाँ वाला जो हमारा हाइड्रोजन है, इसको हम सेम प्लेन मिलाने की कोशिश करेंगे. ठीक है, इसको अगर मैं ड्रॉ करके देखूं, इसका शॉहर्स कॉन्फॉर्मेशन अगर मैं इसको ड्रॉ करके देखूं तो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी दी शॉहर्स कॉन्फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दिस. ओके, लेट अस जस्ट ड्रॉ दिस. सो दिस इज आवर मिथाइल एंड दिस इज ब्रोमो. सिंस इट इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन, इट इज ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, हाइड्रोजन इज ऑन दिस साइड. और इस वाले कार्बन पे आ जाते हैं, बट यू हैव मिथाइल इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन एंड योर हाइड्रोजन इज बिहाइंड, एंड दिस इज नथिंग बट इथाइल ग्रुप. आप इसको इथाइल लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज नथिंग बट CH2CH3, दिस इज इथाइल ग्रुप. Now what do we want? We want this bromo and this hydrogen. They must be anti-periplanar to each other. Simple operation करेंगे इसको, because we know that rotation around carbon-carbon bond is possible. Carbon-carbon single bond. So what we are going to do? This is exactly what we are going to do. अब मैंने इसका simply rotation किया है, and this is what I do. Now we have these two, this hydrogen, and here what we are going to have is an ethyl, and there what we are going to is the methyl. So मैंने इस बॉन्ड को ऐसे मूव कर दिया, इनको इधर मूव कर दिया. Means this is a different conformation of this. Now I know this hydrogen and this bromo, this is anti-periplanar. So what happens is basically जब आपका सोडियम methoxide है, but it comes, it is going to come here, this goes, and it is going to leave. So what we are going to have is a double bond. So we can clearly see जब आपका डबल बॉन्ड बनेगा तो ये जो मिथाइल है और ये मिथाइल, they are on the same side. So the olefin that you are going to get is this type of an olefin, right? ठीक है, we can clearly assign this is priority 1, priority 2, 1, 2. So we know these are opposite. So this is going to be E. Now what is the structure? We are going to start naming from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is nothing but E3 methyl, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, pent. Olefin second position पे 2E. So this is going to be the correct answer in this particular case. So this is a pretty straightforward problem, and that is how you could have approached it. Now let us look at the another problem which was based on the sulfur halide chemistry. So I have extensively made a video on the sulfur halide chemistry, and this example has been discussed there. So the link is in the description. Now, actually one of the problems that I find this particular problem, जो कि in their question paper they have shown this sulfur halide in which sulfur is attached to iodine. I think this is wrong. This is wrong. So there should be no iodine here. I don't know if you can contest this to give you full marks. I have no idea how to contest the with the gate to tell them you have given the wrong structure of this reagent. So I think if you can just check the procedure and fight it out. But this is wrong. So basically what we are dealing with here is these are called the sulfonium halides, and this is the sulfoxonium halides. So we can clearly see what is the difference between these two halides. Now, just like in the case of the Wittig olefination, what we have is the phosphonate esters. Phosphonate esters tends to stabilize the carbanion, as a result of which what we get is a trans as the major product. Similarly, यहाँ पर आपका क्या है कि because of this sulfur oxygen double bond, what happens, this carbanion, this gets stabilized, as a result of which whenever sulfoxonium halides, whenever they tend to react with the conjugated ketones, they always react at the carbon-carbon double bond. They do not react with the carbonyl. ठीक है. दूसरी चीज sulfur halides की what is so important is they do not react with the isolated double bonds. Sulfur halides do not react with the isolated double bonds. They also react with the conjugated ketones. And sulfonium halides, always remember, react with the alpha beta unsaturated ketones or aldehydes, aldehyde or ketones, and they react at the alkenes. And why this can be explained on the basis of HSAB theory. Now, since this is more stabilized, right? So it means it's a soft center, and if we know that carbon-carbon double bond इस वाली position पे और इस वाली carbon position पे compare करें, so this is the hard center as compared to this one. So a soft prefers to react at the soft side. Similarly, with the sulfonium halide, there is no such factors. This is sulfonium halides, right? So there is no such stabilizing factor here. As a result of which, जो आपके sulfonium halides होते हैं, they tend to react directly at this center. So this can also be explained on the basis of the HSAB theory, because this is the hard center, it tends to react with the hard center. So mechanism is pretty straightforward. अगर आप इसका देखें तो what happens is basically this is going to react here, this is going to attack at this particular position, this opens up, and here what you get is this O minus, and here what you have is the SHCH2 S Me plus, okay, and here what we have is an isolated bond, so this attacks this carbonyl, so DMS leaves. So as a result of which, the product what you get in this case is this. So you have this epoxide, right? So as a result of which, reaction with the sulfoxonium halide, you get the epoxidation. But when the sulfonium halide reacts, what you get is a cyclopropanation. So the product here in this case is the cyclopropanation. So that's what you are going to get. So the major product in this reaction, this is P and this is your Q here. But again, as I said, that reagent there was an issue. So I don't know whether you can contest this or not and ask the gate to give you the full marks in case you have attempted this question. But this entire concept has been described in the video, jiska link description mein. So you can just go through that to understand this concept to the deepest. Okay, let's look at another problem. So the next question that was asked to us was clearly based on the diethyene chemistry. If we look at the reagents carefully, we can clearly predict everything. जैसे कि we are given this diethyene, we have n-butyl lithium, so we can clearly imagine there's a generation of carbanion, and somewhere xylene reflux. Whenever we think about such condition, either there's a rearrangement or there's an elimination. And silver chloride, this is mercury chloride, and we know mercury chloride, they are used to get rid of the diethyene. So we can predict some of the things that are happening here. Pretty straightforward. We know that this particular hydrogen in the case of diethyene is pretty acidic. And here what we have is a base, right? So what is this going to do? It is going to abstract this particular proton. So what we are going to get is this lithiated carbanion here, right? और उसके बाद क्या है कि what you have is an alpha beta. This is conjugated sulfone. So this carbanion is going to attack in a conjugate manner, right? And this is going to come back. So the product that you are going to get is this one, methyl, and this is 1,2 sulfone, right? So this is the product that you're going to get. So the X aapka, in this particular case, it was this one. Now, first step is very interesting. Now they are saying that you are taking this particular compound in xylene and then you are heating it. So I think I have made a video on the syn-pyrolytic elimination. Okay? So this comes directly from the syn-pyrolytic elimination. In that video, I have clearly shown how the esters, xanthates, sulfones, how they undergo elimination when you heat in presence of the xylene or other solvents. So once you take xylene reflux, so this is, if sulfone ko main is tarah se bhi likh sakta hu, right? I can also write it like that. So what happens is basically, once you heat such sulfones, what they undergo kind of an elimination. So this oxygen is going to plug this proton, it moves here, and this goes here. So here the driving force is the elimination and the formation of strong carbon-carbon double bond. So this is exactly what is happening at the same time, what you are releasing is this neutral molecule. And I've said it many times, whenever you are forming neutral molecules, it always drives the reaction in the forward direction. So this is nothing but, this is called 1,3-syn pyrolytic elimination of sulfones when you heat them. ठीक है? So this is what you are get. Again, इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो का लिंक भी डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर है. वी हैव क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन ये कॉन्सेप्ट डिटेल के अंदर. सो व्हाट यू गेट इज दिस एंड दिस पॉलीफीन. नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप के अंदर आप क्या कर रहे हैं? सो नाउ यू आर ट्रीटिंग विद दी मर्क्यूरिक. सो GCl2, cadmium carbonate, acting as a base, and you have a water. अगर इसका मैं डायरेक्टली लिख दूं, इसका what we know is that this is undergoing deprotection. We have a carbonyl. So the exact product of this reaction is this. ये आपका desired answer है. This is why. But we can clearly see mechanism में आपका होता क्या है. So what happens is basically sulfur has a very strong tendency for mercuric. So what you have is a HgCl2, right? So what it does, sulfur attacks this chloro leaves. Mechanism इसका थोड़ा सा देख लेते हैं हम. So what you have is a sulfur. You have this methyl. You have this one. So here let us suppose what we have it HgCl. What happens is a lone pair of electron और sulfur they come and it basically क्या है कि आपका सल्फर यहाँ प्रोटोनेटेड हो गया. अब आपका क्या करता है, सल्फर दिस बॉन्ड ओपन्स. So basically what you have is here the sulfur double bond, and here what you have is a sulfur, HgCl, and here what you have is a methyl, and here what you have is an olefin. अब आपका क्या होता है कि since you have water in the molecule, so what water tends to do, water क्या करता है आपका react करता है वहां पर, इसको open कर देता है. ठीक है? What you have now is this sulfur, and you have Me, you have this olefin, you have this OH, HgCl. So you have this OH. What now tends to happen again? यहाँ पर आपका क्या था, this sulfur became protonated. As soon as the sulfur becomes free, obviously जैसे मैंने कहा, it has a strong tendency for mercury. So what it does, it attacks this mercury, और आपका ये जो क्लोरो होता है, this leaves. So what you form is basically sulfur, and you have is this OH, you have is this methyl, you have is this, and you have here is mercury, Hg, right? अब उसके बाद आपका क्या होता है कि जैसे ही सल्फर ने इस पर अटैक किया, the sulfur becomes protonated, so these comes back and it leaves. So basically what you get is the desired product, plus what you release from the reaction is this. This is the byproduct from the reaction. ठीक है? Sometimes, I don't know, in future you could be asked कि when we do the deprotection, what is the side product that is formed? So this is the side product. So that is how this entire deprotection reaction takes place. ठीक है? Let's look at the another problem. So now let's look at the another problem. I think this is probably one of the easiest problem they could have asked. So they give us like 6 compounds, 6 compound थे, and they asked us which of these compounds can be formed by the nucleophilic substitution reaction. And I'll tell you why this is probably one of the easiest problem, because just looking at certain molecules, we can neglect certain possibilities right from the start. जैसे nucleophilic substitution reaction का मतलब क्या है कि let us suppose you have this alkyl bromide and you are doing a reaction with the azide. So azide is going to attack this one and you are going to form this compound. So this is what they are talking about, nucleophilic substitution reaction. Compound number 1 को देखिए, what you have is an azide directly attached to the aromatic ring. We know that aromatic systems, let us suppose यहाँ पर अगर आपको nucleophilic substitution होना है, so what you need is basically this bromobenzene, and we clearly know bromobenzene, they do not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction because of various reasons. क्योंकि nucleophilic substitution reaction के लिए what you should have is a positive charge of the phenyl ring, highly destabilized, double bond character between carbon and bromo, बहुत सारे, there are several reasons for that. So we clearly know first compound तो हो ही नहीं सकता. So first cannot be, just simply rule out the option जिसमें first option है. Option number B में first है, it cannot be. Option number D में first है, it cannot be. So now you are remaining with दो options के साथ, ठीक है? Option number 2, it can be. Now look at option number 3. What you have is this adamantane type compound where you have a bromo at this bridgehead position. Can you think that you can have a nucleophilic substitution reaction that is attacked from the back to get this compound? No, you cannot have. So it means जिस भी option में 3 है, you can neglect that option. Now in option number 1 you have 3, you can clearly neglect. So what you are left with is C, जिसके अंदर remaining option है. So the correct answer is your option number C. So that is how you can sometimes neglect certain possibilities to arrive at the right answer. तो आपका option number T, yes, option number 4, yes, and option number 6 you can. This also you no, option number 4, sorry, this is option number 4. Yes, you can, because इसको आप बना सकते हैं किससे, SNAR से, because what you have is an electron withdrawing group at para position, so you can make such molecules. But again, how can we somehow disregard certain options to come at the right answer? So this is how you would have approached this problem. Let's look at another problem which was asked, which is question 33. So looking at this problem, you can clearly imagine a lot of possibility. You can see, so what you have is that you are treating this particular compound as asphotyl lithium followed by zinc chloride to get some sort of an intermediate which you are treating with an aryl bromide, and you have a palladium catalyst. Since I have a zinc here and I have an aryl bromide here and a palladium catalyst, I can clearly imagine they must be talking about some sort of a metal catalyzed coupling reaction, and we know that organo zinc के कपलिंग रिएक्शन कौन सा है? It is called the Negishi coupling. So this problem was based on Negishi coupling. So we can clearly see in the first step they are generating this organozinc compound, and in the second step they are making it. So इस particular group के बारे में अगर मैंने पहले भी बताया हुआ, this is nothing but this is called the MOM, methoxymethyl group, and it is a strong ortho-directing group. It's a strong ortho-directing group. Whenever you use a base, so what happens is basically आपका क्या है, in the first step you have this oxygen. So asbutyl lithium क्या होता है कि asbutyl lithium undergoes interaction with the lithium, right? इसके oxygen के lone pair of electron lithium से interact करते हैं, and lithium के साथ what you have is a butyl. So you have a secondary butyl lithium. Secondary butyl lithium is much more reactive than the n-butyl lithium. So what it does, जब आपका जैसे ये कोऑर्डिनेशन हुआ थ्रू दिस साइकिल, व्हाट यू एंड अप गेटिंग इज बेसिकली द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ दिस ऑर्थो हाइड्रोजन. सो व्हाट यू जनरेट इज एन ऑर्थोलिथिएशन हियर. सो दिस इज आल्सो कॉल्ड द ऑर्थोलिथिएशन स्ट्रेटजी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू आल्सो हैव ऑर्थो डायरेक्टिंग ग्रुप्स लाइक दिस वन. दे आर आल्सो गुड एट डायरेक्टिंग एट द ऑर्थो पोजीशन. ठीक है, इसकी जगह ये भी हो सकता था आपका, और भी बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स हैं जो हो सकते थे. नाउ हियर व्हाट यू हैव इज इन दिस oxygen, and what you generate is here is a carbanium. Now what you are doing is basically carrying out the reaction with the zinc chloride. So this is nothing but what you are generating is an organozincate. So this is what you get, ZnCl. Okay, so this is what is happening is you have this chloro, you have this chloro, so this is coming, it is removing this, so what you are getting is then this particular compound P. Okay, so this is an organozinc you get. Now simply what you are carrying out is a Negishi coupling. Negishi coupling हमको पता है, but you have already taken is a palladium tetrakis. So here the palladium is already is in a zero oxidation state. Let us suppose अगर वो palladium acetate लेते, so what they would have taken is a PPS3 as a triphenyl phosphine as a ligand, because obviously in C2 they have to generate palladium 0, but they are already starting for palladium 0. So we clearly know palladium यहाँ insert करेगा organozinc के साथ couple करके, what you are going to get is this particular product. So it's a pretty straightforward problem जो Negishi coupling के ऊपर based थी. So here what you are going to have is this, right? So you have the coupling between this carbon and this carbon. So this was the product of the reaction. So this is Q, this is P. Straightforward. ठीक है. Metal catalyzed coupling reaction के बारे में I have made extensive videos where I've explained the mechanism, how such reaction takes place, oxidative addition, transmetallation, reductive elimination, and what is the exact principle behind it. Everything has been discussed in all my videos. सारी videos description में. Again, I'm saying that if you go through all my videos, GATE की organic chemistry, you're gonna crack it like anything. Okay, so let's look at another problem. Next question was based on the pericyclic chemistry, and इसके बारे में भी I have made a video, already made a video on there. I have made two videos on Diels-Alder reaction. There I have already discussed such problems. वहां पर मैंने the mode of addition Diels-Alder के अंदर how does it take place, why to get certain stereochemistry, I have explained it on the basis of molecular models. तो आप clearly उसके अंदर visualize कर सकते हैं कि why addition is taking place in the manner, the way it is. Okay, so the first step is basically, but when you're taking such compounds, you are heating it. Of course, this just cannot react with this in any manner. So the first step is basically the reverse cycle addition. ठीक है, so what you get is this one. और आप clearly देख सकते हैं, but you have this both these phenyl groups, they are trans to each other. So once these bonds move, obviously जब दोनों के दोनों यहां मूव करेंगे, so both of them are going to be away from each other. So basically in the first step what you are generating is this diene, right? You are generating is this diene, and you have now your dienophile which is ready. अब अगर आपने मेरी वीडियोस देखी हैं उसके अंदर, so you can clearly understand when such reactions will take place, so both these phenyl groups, they are going to be end up on the same side, and this group also will be on the same side. Agar these two are coming out of the plane, they are going to be coming out of the plane, and this will also be coming out of the plane. So these Diels order will take place. The product of this reaction that you are going to get, it is this one. This is phenyl, this is phenyl, and this is going to be ester. Again, आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, हमको पता है कि Diels order reaction और हाईली स्पेसिफिक एंड स्टीरियो सेलेक्टिव रिएक्शन, तो ये दोनों के दोनों क्या है कि अवे फ्रॉम ईच अदर, दैट इज द रीजन दे एंड अप बीइंग ऑन द सेम साइड. बट व्हाई दिस आल्सो इज ऑन द सेम साइड? क्योंकि हम सोच सकते हैं कि देयर कुड बी रिपल्शन एंड ऑल दोस फैक्टर्स, बट ये यहां पर ऐसा क्यों है? इसके आंसर के लिए आई थिंक you have to watch the videos, जिसका लिंक अगेन डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर है. You will clearly understand on the basis of the molecular model why such groups are orienting in the same direction. Okay, so let's look at another problem. Now let us look at another problem. So this is a very interesting problem. उसका reason बताता हूं मैं क्या है कि, so what you have is this particular substrate, and then you are treating with potassium amide, and important, just pay attention to two equivalents. ठीक है, that is very important here in this case. Then you are treating with the butyl bromide, you have one equivalent, and then you are using dilute aqueous NaOH. So basically what you are getting rid of certain groups. Now if we look at this particular molecule, in fact ये जो पूरा का पूरा substituent है, this is kind of a protection so that the reaction does not take place at this position, or it may take at this position. And here what we are doing is basically taking advantage of the dianiene chemistry. I think you must have heard dianiene chemistry. So that is exactly what two equivalents of this has been explained here. So here, since you are using the two equivalents of potassium amide, right? That's what we are using, and we know that what we have is a two acidic proton. Once this one, once this one. So what is happening when this abstract? This proton is coming. This is what is happening, and here the other equivalent is going to abstract this particular proton, right? So this is going to abstract this particular proton. So what you generate is basically this carbanion you generate. So you have this carbanion, and you have this carbanion, right? So this is the dianiene that you are generating in this particular reaction. अब हम इसके दूसरे enolate भी लिख सकते हैं अगर हम चाहें तो. This is what we can write, and we can write the enolates as well if we want. The other stabilizing structures of this one. So we have this one, right? We can write the dianiene. Now हमको clearly पता है in dianiene chemistry, it is this particular carbanion. This is less reactive. Why this is less reactive? It is because it is more stabilized. This carbanion can be stabilized through this carbonyl, it can be stabilized through this carbonyl. So this is going to be less reactive. It means this is going to give the alkylated product under the thermodynamically controlled condition. ठीक है, अगर मैं यहां पर let us suppose one equivalent, had I used only one equivalent, then only this carbanion would have generated. ठीक है, केवल हमारा ये वाला carbanion generate होता, हमारा there would have been no carbanion at this particular position because this is thermodynamically more stable. But since we have used two equivalents, we have generated a carbanion at this position and this position as well, and this is going to give the product under the kinetically controlled condition. So this is more reactive. Why it is more reactive? Because it is stabilized only by one carbonyl. So in the second step, it clearly says that you are going to treat this with butyl bromide. So जब आप इसको butyl bromide से आप इसका reaction कर रहे हैं, so we know it is this carbanion which is going to attack the butyl group. So it is this carbon which attacks, and this does not. So what you are going to get is this particular product Me, and you have a butyl at this particular position. Now अब आपका क्या है कि in the last step what they are doing is basically they are getting rid of this particular entire moiety. ठीक है, इस पूरी की पूरी moieties है वो eliminate कर रहे हैं. So what you are getting in the last step, this is the product that you are getting. ठीक है, सो दिस इज व्हाट यू आर गेटिंग. नाउ अगर हम इसका मैकेनिज्म देखने की कोशिश करें किस तरह से हो रहा है, बट यू आर गेटिंग दिस डाइल्यूट NaOH. ठीक है, लेट अस जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि किस तरह का मैकेनिज्म हो रहा होगा डी प्रोटेक्शन का. सो व्हाट वी हैव इज दिस वन. सो वी कैन क्लियरली इमेजिन दिस in presence of dilute NaOH. This is what we are generating, Me. Okay, so let us just let it come here, let it come here. So what we have is this O minus. We have double bond here. We have a carbonyl here, H. Okay, and what it can do is basically it might be attacking this to form a strained system, right? It might be attacking to form a strained system. You have is an ON negative here. So there are two ways it can. So सारा का सारा what is happening under this is happening under the thermodynamically controlled condition in the final step. So once this come, अगर आपका क्या होगा कि if it opens in this direction, what you are going to get is the starting material. But if it opens here, what you are going to get is the other product, right? So this is what you are going to get. आपका यहाँ पर ये आया. What you have is an O. This is what you have, right? जहां पर आपका नेगेटिव आया. सो जब आप इनिशियली NaOH यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, NaOH जब आप यूज कर रहे हैं, NaOH क्या कर रहा है आपका? NaOH is going to abstract this particular proton. So what you are releasing is the water as the byproduct. जो आपका वाटर यहां पर निकला, वही वाटर ने क्या किया, इस वाले प्रोटॉन को आपको एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कर लिया. So you have an Me, you have a butyl group here. So, and what you have here now is such systems, right? And these is nothing but an ester. An ester can be easily hydrolyzed under the basic condition. So what you are generating is an O negative. So this comes back to give you the final product. So this is how this entire hydrolysis or the deprotection of this particular molecule takes place. ठीक है, the interesting problem थी based on the dianion chemistry. So the next problem that is asked is basically it's based on the Shimoza fragmentation. I have already made a video on this fragmentation reactions. इसका link description में है. Exactly this problem I have discussed in that particular video. So pretty straightforward. You are using not pretty straightforward actually. If you don't know, you will not know. It's a straightforward. But what happens? We'll try to understand. What we are taking is the base, and we have this particular compound. जब भी हम base लेते हैं, the first idea that should cross your mind is if there is क्या मॉलिक्यूल में कोई एसिडिक प्रोटॉन प्रेजेंट है. यस, वी हैव एन एसिडिक प्रोटॉन एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन. सो व्हाट मस्ट बी हैपनिंग कि अगर एसिडिक प्रोटॉन है तो ऑब्वियसली उसको एब्स्ट्रैक्ट करेगा बेस. ठीक है, इस वाले हाइड्रोजन को आप एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कर लीजिए बेस से. ओके, सो व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू जनरेट इज एन O नेगेटिव हियर. और अगर आपका एसिडिक प्रोटॉन है, उसके बाद ऑलवेज थिंक अबाउट मूविंग द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड मूविंग द बॉन्ड्स जस्ट टू सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. इफ आई मूव इट हियर इन दिस डायरेक्शन and this moves here, then obviously the epoxide is going to open in this direction. Let us just do that. अब आपका ये हुआ. So what you have is a double bond here, and we have N, and we have foci, and we have is an ethyl here. We have this O coming out of the plane, so this must be going behind the plane. ठीक है? Sorry, methyl. Now हम clearly अभी यहाँ पर कुछ चीज अगर हम देखें, but we have a nitrogen double bond. Can we create a situation in which this nitrogen gas is releasing? As again, I cannot emphasize enough. Whenever you have this neutral molecule releasing out of the reaction, they drive the reaction in the forward direction. So this is something very similar that is happening here. So what happens? This lone pair of this negative charge on oxygen, this comes back here. ठीक है? और आपका क्या होता है कि this bond, this carbon-carbon bond, which is usually strong bond. But that is exactly what happens in the case of the Shimoza fragmentation. What is the driving force? It is the elimination of the nitrogen gas. That is why when this comes back, this carbon-carbon, this bond breaks. This carbon, these electrons they come here, and these electron moves here and they go here. So we can clearly see what we are releasing is nitrogen gas, and what we have is a tosyl carbanion. Now this is what drives the reaction into the forward direction. अब हम clearly देख सकते हैं what we have here is, ठीक है, once it eliminates, so what do we get is a ketone and an alkyne. So what we have is we can start the numbering. So what we have is a 2 position for keto and 6 position for alkyne, and we have total 9. So non 6 ion to ketone. So that is how you could have approached this particular problem. Again, इसके अलावा you have Grob fragmentation and other fragmentation. I have also discussed such fragmentation in the video. सारी video description में sorry, and you can crack GATE if you watch those videos. Now the another problem. So here what you have is question number 23. They ask number of signals in proton NMR. I have no idea why do they say that recorded at 25 degrees in CDCl3. Doesn't make a difference in number of signals. So if we look at the molecule, what we have is this plane of symmetry in the molecule at this side. ठीक है, यहाँ पर नहीं है. Only अगर हम यहाँ से cross करें. So what it clearly means that for these two methyl group we are going to get one signal. ठीक है, and for these two hydrogen we are going to get one signal, and for this methyl we are going to get one signal. So the total signal we are going to see in the 1H NMR is the 3 signal. One signal is for this particular methyl group, one signal is for this aromatic hydrogen, and 1,4 signal is for this particular methyl group के लिए. ठीक है, so total number of signals is 3. So the other problem that was asked was based on the mass spectroscopy और 1H NMR की वैल्यू दी हुई थी. Pretty straightforward और simple problem था. इसको logically explain अगर हम करते. So डेटा हमको बोला था कि मास के अंदर इफ वी हैव m+2 m+4 उसकी रेशियो है 1 2 एंड 1. ठीक है, वी ऑलवेज ऑब्जर्व n+4 पीक्स अगर आपके कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एटम, लेट अस अगर ब्रोमीन क्लोरीन हो, क्लोरीन क्लोरीन हो, दो एटम्स हो. ठीक है, अगर आपके 3 ब्रोमीन प्रेजेंट है वी आर गोइंग टू सी m+6 वैल्यूज. ठीक है, ये चीज आप हमेशा याद रखना. एंड important thing is they say that we see a singlet at 7.49 in 1H NMR. This is a very very important information. So based on option जो उनको दिए हुए हैं, we can clearly see option C और D को तो हम वैसे ही neglect कर सकते हैं. उसका reason क्या है? Because option C and D में we have a plane of symmetry at this side. ठीक है, plane of symmetry अगर यहाँ है, we are going to see one signal, one signal. So we are going to see 2 signals for these two. जबकि in the data that is given it says one signal, so we can neglect these two options. Now coming back to option number 1 and C, that is 1,4-dichlorobenzene and 1,4-dibromobenzene. अगर हम देखें if we have 2 chlorine atoms, so the intensity of m+2 m+4 peaks is basically 1 ratio 0.61 to 0.62. And if we have 2 bromine atoms that are present, यहाँ पे मैं bromine और chlorine वो नहीं बोल रहा, अगर 2 present है the ratio is 1 to 2 to 1. So इसी data से we could have clearly predicted that this is the correct option number B. Again this value 7.49 it does not tell us much. आप इन दोनों को differentiate नहीं कर सकते based on this value, but this singlet is very helpful in getting rid of this data, and this 1 to 1 is very helpful in making sure what we have is a 2 bromine atom rather than the 2 chlorine atom. 2 chlorine की ratio, this is the ratio, this is the intensity of M, this is m+2, this is m+4. Whereas in case of bromine, but whereas 1 to 1. But this is what you see in case of bromine. This is what you see when you have 2 bromine atoms. But this is M, this is m+2, and this is m+4. Whereas in case of the chlorine, what you see is a big peak, and then you observe is this peak, and then you observe is this peak. This is m+2, m+4. So this is chlorine when you have, this is when you have 2 bromine. Number 60, in this we were asked that which are the right condition to reduce hex3-ine to E-hexene. So the correct option was using lithium in liquid ammonia. और उसका reason क्या होता है? It is actually mechanism के ऊपर base होता है. We know that in the case of lithium in liquid ammonia, what we generate is basically the reaction takes place via the attack of the electron. ठीक है, so what it does is basically जब आपका electron इस alkyne के ऊपर attack करता है, so this particular moves. ठीक है, so you can have 2 scenarios. So what you have is a radical, what you have is a negative charge here. ठीक है, इस electron ने यहाँ पे attack किया, and what you can have is a radical here. Suppose आपका attack करके there are 2 situations. Let us suppose इसको मैं ऐसे लिख देता हूँ. ठीक है, so what we have is a radical and what we have is a negative charge. Now these are the 2 situations or 2 scenarios when the electron is adding on to the olefin. Why do you get trans? उसका reason क्या होता है? What you have is this particular negative charge and this radical. Both are right. Both are electron-rich species. When they are trans to each other, the repulsion is less. Repulsion is less. So that is the reason why this particular trans arrangement is favored. But अगर आपका ये cis होगा, what you have is this negative charge means this entire electronic cloud along with the radical on the same side. So this is highly destabilized system. So that is the reason why whenever you carry out the reduction of alkynes with with the lithium in liquid ammonia or sodium in liquid ammonia, you get the trans alkenes. That is what the stereochemistry is E. उसके बाद what you have is liquid ammonia में से आपका this picks up the hydrogen. So what you generate is this one. So what you have is this hydrogen here, radical, एक और इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या करता है यहाँ पे ऐड होता है, what you get is this negative charge again it is going to pick up from the ammonia to give you the desired healthy hexane. So this is how the reaction takes place. But what is the main reason is? Main reason is when they two are apart from each other, ठीक है, repulsion is less and this is somewhat stabilized, but this system is highly destabilized. That's why you cannot have the cis olefins. Look at problem number 5. So here what we have is this cyclohexanol having substitutions on the cyclohexane ring, methyl substitution, and we are treating with NOCl, HNO and HCl. So अगर इस reagent को देखूं मैं, if you look at this reagent, I can clearly understand. So this question is based on the Barton reaction. ठीक है, Barton reaction. I have also made a video on the Barton reaction. The link is in the description. Check कर सकते हैं. But we will understand why certain products are happening the way it is. So the first step what we are treating is NOCl. So what we have is on this one, it is going to attack this. So chloro leaves and HCl is getting out of the system. So what we have is this, right? This, O and O. Okay? This is what we are forming after first step. Now we know that whenever such compounds are irradiated to light, what happens is basically it results in the formation of the radical. So what we generate is this particular NO radical and what we generate is this oxygen alkoxide radical. Okay? We generate is this alkoxide radical. Now हमको क्लियरली पता है कि दिस एल्कोक्साइड इज गोइंग टू एब्स्ट्रैक्ट दिस हाइड्रोजन. ठीक है, हाइड्रोजन रेडिकल एब्स्ट्रैक्ट करेगा फ्रॉम द गामा पोजीशन. सो दिस इज अल्फा बीटा गामा डेल्टा पोजीशन से. ठीक है, अल्फा बीटा गामा डेल्टा पोजीशन से. लेकिन यहां पर हम कह सकते हैं देयर आर लॉट ऑफ डेल्टा पोजीशन. सो व्हाट वी हैव इज एन अल्फा बीटा gamma delta. It could have picked from this side. So this is alpha beta gamma delta. So it could have picked up this particular hydrogen, right? Why is it picking up this particular hydrogen? ठीक है, वो इसलिए कर रहा है क्योंकि they भी axial पे है. This is at axial position and this methyl group is axial position. So they are properly oriented. ठीक है, यहां वाला जो आपका क्या है कि ये वाला this is alpha beta gamma delta. So this is just too far away from it. ठीक है, और वैसे भी अगर ये ऊपर जा रहा है तो ये हाइड्रोजन क्या है आपका नीचे है. So this OH is here and this hydrogen is नीचे की तरफ है. ठीक है, so this is not properly oriented. It cannot pick up this one alpha beta gamma delta. So this is an equatorial position. This is not properly oriented. Alpha beta gamma delta देखिए, alpha beta gamma. So this is, अब आप पूछ सकते हैं कि ये वाला भी तो आपका हो सकता था हाइड्रोजन. Why this is not pick up? Again this is an equatorial position, not properly oriented. So it is only this methyl group का जो हाइड्रोजन है, it is properly oriented and both of them are axial. As a result of it, what happens? It is going to abstract this particular hydrogen radical. ठीक है, इसी वजह से बाकी के दूसरे abstract आपके नहीं हो रहे हैं. So what you are forming is basically this particular OH and what you have is a methyl radical here. And आपका methyl radical होने के बाद what you have is, since you have an NO radical, so it again recombines with this radical to give you this intermediate. ठीक है, आपका NO आपका हो गया यहां पर. ठीक है, so this is what you have here. You have an OH, so it leads to the formation of an oxime. So what you have is this oxime, right? And in the last step, basically what you are doing is you are doing the reaction with the HCl. So we know that this is nothing but an oximes, and oximes can be easily cleaved under acidic condition to form the aldehyde. So this is exactly what is happening. Oxime को आपने cleave किया, but you form is an aldehyde. So this is the product. So this was the correct answer in this particular case. ठीक है, but important feature क्या होती है आपकी? Why the abstraction? Why the Barton reaction? So why the abstraction is taking from this particular delta hydrogen is why? Because they are properly oriented और बाकी सारे के सारे are not properly oriented. ठीक है, so that is how you could approach this particular problem. Now let us look at problem number 4 and problem number 3. So problem number 4, we were asked that which out of these 4 MONP is least acidic. सबसे कम acidic कौन सा है? ठीक है, let us just try to single out or just neglect the options. Here what we have is an acids, or here what we have is an alcohol, and here what we have is an alkyne. So here basically what we are we need to look at these protons, right? Then we talk about the acidity, how easily it can give away these hydrogen. Means least acidic मतलब इनमें से सबसे ज्यादा stubborn कौन सा है to give its hydrogen away. Now we know sulfonic acids, they are very acidic, so P cannot be. Normal acids are pretty acidic, so these two are very acidic, these are not least acidic. Now coming back to M और O के बीच में, अगर हम देखें here what we have is this hydrogen, it is attached to oxygen, which is an electronegative atom, and here this hydrogen, it is attached to a carbon. So carbon और hydrogen और oxygen और hydrogen की अगर electronegativity compare करें, so this is more electronegative as compared to this one. मतलब oxygen is more electronegative as compared to the carbon. So इसका clearly ऊपर से क्या है कि आपका ये aromatic system है. We know that once phenol का आप hydrogen अगर दे देता है अपना, so what you form is a negative charge, phenoxide ion, and phenoxide ion are highly stabilized. Why? Because this negative charge can be stabilized all over the ring. So this is more acidic as compared to this one. Okay? So that is the reason why out of all these four options, it is M which is the least acidic. Okay? Let us look at the another problem, which was based on the Diels order. So here what we have is this diene again, and here what is a dienophile, and we are heating it and then following treatment with the aqueous acid. Whenever you see the aqueous acid, I can clearly imagine what we have is a TMS enol ether, and this is also a methoxy enol ether as well. So these can be easily cleaved under acidic condition. Now there are two ways the Diels order can take place. ठीक है, एक तो ओरिएंटेशन आपका हो सकता है ये वाला, ठीक है, जो कि नॉर्मली इट कैन रिएक्ट. वी विल लुक एट बोथ ऑफ देम. ओ इसको मैं टीएमएस लिख रहा हूं, ठीक है, दिस इज नथिंग बट ट्राइमेथाइल सैलाइड. सो वी कैन हैव दिस ओरिएंटेशन और वी कैन हैव दिस ओरिएंटेशन OMe or TMS and we can have this orientation. ठीक है, दोनों के दोनों ओरिएंटेशन हो सकता है. अब इन दोनों ओरिएंटेशन ओरिएंटेशन 1 और ओरिएंटेशन 2 में से रिएक्शन कैसे हो रहा है, क्योंकि अगर हम इसकी कंपेयर करके देखें कि जनरली व्हाट दे टॉक अबाउट द मैग्नीट्यूड कौन से वाले पे ज्यादा है, बट इसको हम वी नो व्हाट दिस मिथॉक्सी इज, दिस इज इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेटिंग ग्रुप, राइट. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेटिंग ग्रुप है अगर आपका, सो दिस गिव्स इलेक्ट्रॉन हियर, इट कम्स हियर, इट कम्स हियर. अगर मैं इसका रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ करने की कोशिश करूं, सो व्हाट आई कैन राइट इज बेसिकली समथिंग ऑन दिस टाइप, राइट. मतलब यहां आपका पॉजिटिव आया, यहां आपका नेगेटिव आया, मतलब आपका ये जो कार्बन है दिस इज नेगेटिवली, यहां पर आपका क्या है कि दिस इज मोर न्यूक्लियोफिलिक इन नेचर. ठीक है, अगर ये न्यूक्लियोफिलिक है, ये कहां प्रेफर करेगा अटैक करना. इन द केस ऑफ डाइनोफाइल व्हाट यू हैव इज दिस कार्बन व्हिच इज इलेक्ट्रोफिलिक, और आपका डाइन के अंदर व्हाट यू हैव इज दिस कार्बन व्हिच इज न्यूक्लियोफिलिक. सो इसका मतलब इट इज दिस कार्बन व्हिच इज गोइंग टू अटैक दिस पर्टिकुलर कार्बन. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि इन दोनों ओरिएंटेशन में से इट इज दिस ओरिएंटेशन व्हिच इज फेवर्ड. मतलब आपका क्या है कि आपका जब डील्स ऑर्डर रिएक्शन होगा, सो इट इज गोइंग टू बी दिस पर्टिकुलर वे एंड नॉट दिस पर्टिकुलर वे, बिकॉज आपका ये वाला कार्बन क्या है कि दिस इज न्यूक्लियोफिलिक, और यहां पर आपका क्या है कि दिस वाला कार्बन इज इलेक्ट्रोफिलिक. यहां पर मैं न्यूक्लियोफिलिसिटी और इलेक्ट्रोफिलिसिटी की टर्म्स में बता रहा हूं, बट अगेन व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द डाइनोफाइल, this entire concept is described in terms of the magnitude at these particular site. ठीक है, होमो और लूमो के टर्म्स के अंदर, बट मैं आपको ये इस सेंस के अंदर समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं. ठीक है, so what you have is reaction going via this intermediate, no, via this orientation. So what you get is basically this one. So what you have is this cyano at this position. ठीक है, what you have is an OMe, and यहां पर आपका this what you have is an OTMS. ठीक है, and what you are doing is next step, what you are aqueous acid. Aqueous acid, let us suppose I am taking HCl, right? HCl in water. This is what I am doing. जब आप HCl in water लेंगे, तो what is happening? This is undergoing in HCl. This is undergoing protonation. ठीक है, so what you have is this one. And the chloride is what it is doing. Chloride is going to attack the TMS. ठीक है, this is going to come here, it comes here, and this is going to leave. So what you are going to basically get is this particular compound. ठीक है, and this is going to be your answer. ठीक है, so this is how you can approach such problems. Now let us look at the last two problems that were asked from the organic chemistry part. So here what we have is this alkene, and I have clearly made a video, and in fact actually this particular problem is based on the Hawk model. Again इसका link description में है. This is exactly what I have explained in my video. वहां पर I have talked about the epoxidation. Here they are talking about the Simon-Smith reaction, that is the cyclopropionation. But the mode via which both the reactions takes place is exactly the same. So once you have the cyclopropionation is going to take place from the opposite phase. And why does this happen? In the video I have clearly explained everything using molecular models, ताकि आप बिल्कुल अच्छे से समझ पाए why this is going to be the exact answer. Do watch this video, it's a very interesting video. So let's talk about the rate of alkaline hydrolysis. We have three compounds they have given us and they have told us what is the rate of alkaline hydrolysis. अगर मैं इसका clearly देखूं, so in this particular case the only difference is this is trans, this is cis, and here what we have is an amide. अगर मैं अपनी general knowledge of organic chemistry use करूं, we know that the amides are slightly harder to hydrolyze as compared to the esters. Amine को अगर आप hydrolyze करना है आपको in normal condition you have to put in some efforts. So it means these are most difficult to hydrolyze. Or fortunately in the options that are given, only in one option you have the A as the last option. So this was the correct option. So in a way they made our job very easy. क्योंकि अगर आपको इन दोनों के बीच के अंदर हाइड्रोलिसिस को अगर आपको फिगर आउट करना है, you might have to apply a lot of concepts. But again, since amides are harder to hydrolyze as compared to the esters, we can clearly see, और जो order भी हमें दिया हुआ है in the case of the C, it is 1, which is difficult to hydrolyze. So this just makes our problem pretty easy. ठीक है? So this was pretty much about the solutions of various problems that are based on the organic chemistry that were asked in GATE 2021. And I can assure you, if you just watch most of my videos on organic chemistry, GATE की organic part, you can just roll over it. I mean, honestly, it's just, you can kill it. So, okay, so thanks a lot for watching the video. Have a good day. Bye. Take care.